these are examples of the things I do. This was also part of my imaginary project, and it's also about things of my childhood, like things that I remember or feelings that I have, and then I want to recreate in a picture. This is my dog. This was on his birthday. And this is another project that I started in 2012. And it's about my animal nature, how I call it, and it's about my relationship with my pets. As I said, I have 2 dogs and 1 cat, and when I'm from Mexico, and when I came to the United States and we went to live to Boston, I started spending a lot of time with my pets. We came to the United States because my husband was relocated from his job. So I started spending a lot of time inside the apartment with my pets. I didn't have any friends or family around. And I realized that I was not only adapting to a new environment, I was also adapting to live with my pets, because in Mexico, pets don't live inside the house. They live in the backyard. And now I was living with them, with the Labrador, and I have a Scottish Terrier and a cat inside the apartment. And I started realizing that we are animals at the end, and then I start thinking about the relationship we have with animals, and the similarities we have with them, the difference we have to them, how our behaviors can be, how they can have behaviors like us and all that. And I started making these pictures. And this is another one that I made about my relationship with my pets. And this is a composite, because I was all day trying to photograph them and to make something that they made something at the same time, but they just didn't want it. So this is like 4 different pictures put together. And okay, so probably you're lost by now, but if you ask me where to start, I will say define a subject or a subject matter. Just keep in mind that a subject and a subject matter are not the same. The subject matter is the idea behind the picture and the idea in which you have an interest. For example, if you care about the environment and the damage that we do to the environment, maybe you are going to go ahead and photograph trees. But if you make a photograph of a very beautiful flower, it doesn't make too much sense about the damaged environment. So what do you need? So your subjects should probably be like a contaminated lake, or a giant tree, or a place where you have a lot of garbage, something like that. So try to differentiate your subject from your subject matter. Define your subject matter, the things that you are interested on, and then go and try to find your subjects. And also when you're shooting, think in terms of location, lighting, camera, props, all that. Try to do that. For example, if you want to make a photograph of your friends in a particular set, in a particular environment, ask them to go there and think about, well, it's going to be during the day or it's going to be during the night. If it's going to be during the night, I'm probably going to need a flash. Does my camera have a flash? Because as you said before, we have to think about the equipment that you have, because we have a limitation on our equipment. So try to plan ahead and try to say, oh, it's better if I take this, like a flash or a tripod. If we want to make night photography, you should bring a tripod, because then you're just going to have just blurry images, and probably that's not what you're looking for. So try to think ahead. To show her in the air, we were lying in the ground, and he showed Lola on the air, and I made the picture. And I realized I made 3 pictures because the one I just had the blue background, and it didn't look like she was flying, and that's how I realized that I needed a little of the house, something in the back to make it look, something big in the back to make it look like she was flying. Something that was cut and and actually shoot down if you want to say they can go and grow again somehow. And I call this trees die standing. That's something that I heard once before about how trees die with this strength. How you, if you want to take down a tree, you're gonna have to take all day doing it. To make this picture, I took like 3 months or so. Because first, everything started with the egg. The egg got frozen in the fridge because the temperature was too low, and it got frozen and broke like that. And then I saw the egg and I keep it because I don't know. It's like when I see something that attracts me, I keep it. The weeks passed, and then my husband broke the plate while accommodating the plate on the dish dryer. We have this good thing when you can put the dish to dry, and he broke the plate, and I keep it. But in that moment, I don't know why I don't relate the egg with the plate. It was just like, oh, it broke. Okay, I keep it. I hold a lot of. I have a lot of things in my house that I don't use. And then one day, more time passed, and then one day we were walking the dogs on the neighborhood, and I saw this table. Someone has left the table there for the trash. And in that moment, when I saw the table with that crack, like this idea came to my mind. It was like a crack, like something cracks, like that moment in which something start, like everything, something cracks and everything start falling apart. And it's also about that animal nature, that thing that, for example, when, I don't know, like this idea that we are told by our parents and by society that we should behave and we should have manners and we have morals. Like, if you think about it, we are always people teach that to us because we are not born like that. We are not born with morals, and we are not born with manners. And for me, this represents that moment in where, like, that particular moment in when you get mad and you feel like you are cracking and you are starting to explode, and everything is going to hell. So I don't know. Waiting for my father to come home, and this is kind of that for me. And now, when I came to Boston, and I realized that I was with my pets all day, and my husband was at work all day, and I didn't have any families or friends around and things to do. I started realizing how this waiting thing was happening again. Like I was waiting for my husband now to come home, and because I'm inside with these 2 crazy falling children that I have, and then I'm the one waiting on the window and seeing the things happening, but I'm there waiting. And I have probably all this imagination of things flying and stuff, but I'm inside. So talks about that to me. It's just your imagination, your subconscious, making a world that doesn't exist, but the things that you have in your dreams are the things that you probably live or you imagine, like the situations that you have during the days before, during your childhood, or during hopes for the future, as I said, and all that. So it's like there is something that it's pulling us to the ground, to the reality. And that's it.
Sarah? Mm-hmm.